Hello and welcome back to Hedgehog Makes. My name is Austin, aka Zombie Hedgehog, and today we are going to be unboxing the Snapmaker Artisan. This is a 3-in-1 monstrosity of a printer. It's a CNC machine and a laser engraver. Yeah, we're going to be checking this thing out. I'm very interested in this printer because not only is it a massive 400 by 400 printer, or it's a build volume, we'll call it that, but the main head for 3D printing has two separate hot ends, two extruders. It's not IDEX, but it's IDEX with everything in the same head, a lot like some of the original 3D printers. So I'm very interested to see how that works, what we can print in it, if we're going to do two color printing, so like two color dragons, or multi-material printing. I don't know, we're gonna find out. There's a lot to unbox here. Okay, I do not know how to unbox this. I'll be honest here. This is very heavy and I can't really pull out the plastic. We're gonna destroy the box. Normally I save boxes, but Snapmaker did send this over to me for evaluation. So thank you to Snapmaker for that. I have been very interested in some of their products for a long time, and I'm happy to finally get my hands on some. If there's anything else you would like me to see from Snapmaker, let me know. What else would you like to see? Maybe the J1S actual IDEX printer. I've been very interested in that for a while. We'll see how this one goes here. Yeah, well, you can lift by the bag, but this is a very, very, very heavy unit. It's not light. It's very awkward to remove. So I think typically this style you would probably start or cut the bottom off and lift the box up and leave this on the desk. But yeah, let's try to take it out. And I'm immediately noticing that it's a different style of packaging than I'm used to. All right, how am I gonna do this here? You need some serious space for this. This is Zombie Hedgehog struggles to get an item out of the box. That's the stream today. And by the way, yes, I am live streaming this directly to Twitch. And I just hit Twitch partner. I am partnered with Twitch now. That is extremely awesome. If you want to catch these streams live, I'd love to have you. Love to interact with you. So feel free to hop into my streams. I'll have a link down in the description. If I can get this box out of the way. Maybe. I think we're almost there. Almost there. So yeah, if you're watching here on YouTube, hit that like button. And while you're down there, leave a comment. What would you like me to do with this machine? It can do anything. Anything. As long as I learn how to use it. And as long as everything functions correctly, which I'm guessing it will. Uh-oh, Steve builds his hex tray is hot in the crossfire. Sorry, Steve. Oh no. There you go. All right. Whew. That's a lot. For the bag, yes, I'm assuming you're supposed to lift it up, but let's see. Or maybe remove this and take out each one of these sections one by one. That's probably the easier way to do that. So this is cool. They're using very, very thick foam. I've never seen this foam before. It's kind of cool. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's kind of like pellets that are squished together. I don't know. It looks very cool. It's squishy, but it's hard and rigid at the same time. It's very neat. I like that. Yeah, I don't know, but I love that packaging. Keep the foam, return the rest. Right. I'm gonna have to find a place for the foam. So it looks very well protected. At the top here, you have this quick start guide. Oh, lots of foam. We have lots of packaging material with this, and oh my god. That's a lot. Wow, that's a lot to unpack. There's a lot here. Let's start with the controller. This right here is our controller. It has all of the connections for everything. This is where the power comes in. It even has an e-stop button, like an actual e-stop button that you have to reset, twist to reset. There's an e-stop button on there. That's really cool, and it's actually necessary because this is a CNC machine and a laser. So, you know, 3D printing, whatever, you just kind of turn off the printer. But yeah, you definitely want e-stop. And it's surprising that more printers don't have a physical e-stop button because they are kind of dangerous, though they can be. Especially the open bed slingers, especially a giant 400mm bed slinger. I don't think that is part of that. Silica beads. All right, let's just take off everything. Toolbox. What do we have for the toolbox? I can't even take it out of the box. Whatever, we will rip it. Yeah, that screw I think was part of the box I had there. That wasn't part of the unit, as far as I can tell. Oh, wow. All right, that is neat. Look what we have here. I have never seen anything to this degree. Look at this. Here's our like toolkit. Zoom out a little. Look at that. We have a overmolded sharp spatula. That looks really nice with a grip. Wow, that's nice. What is this? I'm curious now. Ooh, brush. In a very nice silicone case. Okay. I don't know what that's for. Probably the CNC. I don't know. Tweezers. Black snips. Oh, black snips. That's a first. Black snippies. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. I love those. And we have a nice metal flash drive. And then look at this. Color-coded drivers. Like that's kind of sick. That's really sick. I really like all that. Yeah. I'm keeping all this. Very cool. That right there is attention to detail. You can tell when the tools are that nice. And speaking of nice, this is cool. Okay, warning, tear this label. Okay. Oh, this is intriguing. I don't know how to describe this. Let's take them all out first. I don't know. So let's just take one out. This is called a linear module. Linear module. And it has a thin metal like spring steel sheet, and magically this thing goes over it. So what happens is the steel raises up. It goes up and over the actual mechanism. I don't know what they're actually using for components in here, but is it a belt? It definitely feels like a belt. I don't know what motion they're using though. You know, if it's like a linear rail, whatever. I honestly can't tell. If anyone can find that out for me, that'd be kind of fun. It's enclosed because this is a CNC machine, right? This is a CNC and laser. The laser doesn't really matter too much. So we have a little bit of oil on one of these parts here. Just manufacturing oil. Not a big deal. You will be cleaning this off quite regularly. Tear apart this label. So yeah, it's all integrated motor. I wonder if we can actually like lift up the metal at all to like look underneath without getting ourselves seriously injured. Okay, we can. I see a giant belt. Looks like a 9mm belt on the inside. And otherwise, I can't really tell. I cannot tell what's going on. I don't know if it's a linear rail or whatnot. Or rods or its own custom mechanism. I'm not sure. But doesn't matter. Well, it kind of matters because of maintenance. Like, how do you maintain one of these things? We could take one apart. We'll take one apart before we assemble it. If I can take out all the parts. Just one. I think we can take off the metal strip on one of the sides. I think that's possible. So I really like the foam. Honestly, I don't care about boxes being economical, or not economical, we call that environmentally friendly. I really don't care. I would rather have products get to me in one piece. I've seen a lot of printers recently where they try to send like, I don't know, 360mm tool changers with this really weak cardboard box and they get damaged and they blame the shipping company. Yeah, no, this is how you do it. You get nice foam. That's what protects your products. Seriously. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Holy bracket. Wow. That is a bracket. Damn. Okay. I don't care about the environment. I do care about the environment. I do. But you gotta be selective. You know, you gotta put it where it matters. For example, large scale manufacturing waste, that's probably the largest form of, you know, of waste versus straws. Like, straws don't really have that big of an impact on the world. Ooh, here's our print head. This is beautiful. Wow, it's heavy. Oh my god, it's heavy. Heavy, but doesn't really matter because the bed is also gonna be heavy. This is not gonna be a fast printer. Not gonna be. Oh my god, this is so heavy. Wow. This bed weighs more than some of the printers. This definitely weighs more than an A1 Mini. This is heavy. This probably weighs as much as an A1. Just the bed. Wow. That is insane. And guess what? This is the whole entire part that moves. That is insane. This whole thing goes back and forth. It is giant. Wow. Very heavy. Okay. More parts. Ooh. Don't tell me this is a spool holder. No, what is this? Oh yeah, these must be spool holders? Metal rod spool holders? With... Is this... Yeah, powder coated CNC'd brackets for our filament. Are you kidding me? CNC brackets for filament? What? This thing is insane. One of the screws is a little loose, so there we go. There we go. Wow. I'm out of room. Ooh. Look at that. A full spool of PLA. Okay, it's only 500 grams, but hey, that's pretty good. 500 grams. Open that up. The 500 watt heater. Oh my god, I don't even know what the heater is going to be. That's a good point. I gotta make sure I have a dedicated circuit for this. Oof. We have some nice orange PLA, just basic PLA. I didn't know Snapmaker makes PLA. Do they make PLA? I guess so. And we have this mystery. This might be support filament. And it's even in a... It's in a resealable bag. Very similar to how Polymaker does their bags. Let's see. This is, yeah, breakaway support filament for PLA. Very shiny. Very similar to what Bamboo uses and what Polymaker uses, actually. That same kind of eggshell finish. I haven't really used a lot of it, so we can definitely try it out. And hopefully they'll have a profile built in. So we'll save this because I think, I don't know, is the breakaway support hydroscopic or extremely hydroscopic? I don't really have much historical knowledge on that. Like, I haven't really used it. Okay, what else we got? We have cables, lots of miscellaneous cables. Oh wow, this is one of those cable sleeve bag things. So you put your cable through it and you zip it up. That's neat. Okay, we'll find out what that's for in a minute here. Oh my god, so many screws. So many screws. Oh my god. M5 by 12s. Wow, that's a lot of screws. They're not screwing around. Or maybe they are. Clips. Liquid glue for 3D printing? What the heck is this? We are playing with the Snapmaker Artisan. It is their latest. Oh my god. 3D print. Oh my god. That is a lot of adhesive. I guess they're definitely telling you to use adhesive. This is one of those rub-on adhesives, and I kind of like that. We'll try it. Still feels heavy. Oh my god. There's a whole face under it. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's put this over here, I guess. Lock the emergency fire exit. Wow. Oh my. This is insane. This is actually insane. Let's take off all of the packing material. In fact, if you save this this foam, you might be able to print on it as like an anti-vibration foam. Wow. Okay, I'm not good at manufacturing, but this is a single piece of something, and it is definitely machined. You can see machining burr marks on here. Is this thing like an entire block of like aluminum that was milled down or something? Is it aluminum? How can I tell? Do I have any magnets? Let's see. Yeah, it's not steel. So probably cast then machined. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, this is most likely cast. That makes sense based off of the geometry. Cast and then machine down after the fact. So you can see all the machined surfaces. That is intense. That's actually crazy. I love that. I don't know where to put it. This is already huge. So that's about the size of the machine right there. And then there's an enclosure that encloses the whole thing. So let's Look, I moved out here because there's more room, but I guess Snapmaker is really pushing that to its limits. So there's a whole other box there too. The premium kit is in there, and we'll try to get to that too if I can, hopefully. So this is just the 3D printing stuff. Yeah, this is just the 3D printer. So there's the whole other box of things. Oh man. What I'm gonna attempt to do is figure out what's in the thing. What is this thing? All 5 rails are the same? Okay, they look the same. So all 5 of these rails are the same, and I really want to know what's inside. What could possibly be inside of one of these things? Because that's a cool idea. I like it. I really do. We have the starter guide too. Oh, it's stickers. Yay, stickers. Well, oh my god. Is that a math? They gonna make it do math? Does anyone want to do math? Who wants to do math? Can someone solve that for me? Okay, it's enough time. Put that in the comments. I want to see the proof. What is in the thing? How can I show this? There's so much stuff. Oh, that's a microfiber. That's nice. Calibration card. Oh wow, calibration card for our offsets. Oh, interesting. All right. Let's angle this camera a little bit. Ooh, and unplug it at the same time. Perfect. All right, so let's see what's in here. I'm gonna open it up on this end over here. So I'm gonna pop open these 2 screws, because of course we're gonna break this down as much as possible. These are 2mm. And then hopefully this metal will come right off. Okay, yeah, so this is a little extra piece right there. So this is very sharp. We're gonna be careful. Ooh, it's also very greasy. So they are, what the heck? Is that a 6mm belt? I can't even tell anymore. Is that a 6 or a 9? I think it's a 9. What is going on there? Is it like an SG bearing on the side, the very inside profile? It looks like it might be. I don't see anything on here. Yeah, it's only making contact at the bottom. So I'm guessing, but I can't really tell without, opening this up all the way. It looks like it is using a SG style bearing. So very similar to the Sobel SV06 Ace, that style. I'm just guessing here. Belted Z, but hidden. You know what? I guess it is belted Z. Yeah, it's all belted Z. Huh. I wonder how that's gonna work out, because these tools are heavy. Very interesting. It doesn't look like it's gear reduced either. I didn't actually check that side. Let's do that actually, if it comes off that easy. Let's check the other side and see what's going on over there. Huh. This is interesting. And the whole, it's the whole frame too. So it's a frame and, you know, motor assembly. Belted Z is actually the best because there's no backlash. There's no backlash. Ooh, it is gear reduced. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's nice. So it's not that heavily gear reduced, but it's probably a 16 to 30. 16 to 30 in there. So it's slightly gear reduced. And a lot of metal parts in there. The whole thing is all metal. This is very premium. Very nice. So motion-wise, this thing looks like it's going to be pretty beefy. It's not going to be the fastest printer, but given that it's all belted, 100% belted, with gear reduction, then, yeah, you know what I like to say? You have to have a good motion system to make a good 3D printer. And you can kind of tune in the settings to make a big, beefy, bulky printer print good. And I think that's what we'll probably see here, as long as the tools and everything else is up to the task. So speaking of up to the task, let's actually start with the manual. Wow, this is a lot here. The whole desk. This is like 5 feet by 4 feet. If you get this printer, make sure you have the space. Like, look at the dimensions. It is huge. Huge. Quick start guide. Quick start with a ton of screws. All right, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, wow. That's a lot of safety info. Disclaimer, safety info, FCC compliance. Wow, a lot of compliance here. That's nice. Machine dimensions. 580 by 620 by 634, but minimum footprint, this is very important. So this is the size that it takes up to actually be used, is 920 by 660 by 800 millimeters. It supports Lubin, Snapmaker Lubin, which is interesting. We'll try that out. And third-party software. Connect it via Wi-Fi, USB cable, or USB flash drive. They're using TMC 2209s as well. Integrated controller. Android 10. Android. What? Android? A 1 gig Android, 8 gigabyte eMMC. 750 watts rating for the whole thing. Actually, is that for just for the controller? Yeah, 750. Not too bad. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Bluetooth printing, okay. Okay, so dual nozzle print volume. Okay, this is the print volume right here. So the dual nozzle is 350 by 400 by 400. The left nozzle is 375 by 400 by 400, and the right nozzle is 400 by 400 by 400. All right. So if you want to use the full 400 by 400, you'll use the right nozzle. I have a couple of ideas for what to print that's actually that big. I've like very few ideas, but I have a couple. It'll run Zoom. It probably can, yeah. Let's play some games on our 3D printer while we're waiting. Can you imagine that? Pair a controller to it and play some mobile games? Now that would be sick. That would actually be cool. Today's stream not sponsored by Haritos. Get yours today. Okay. All the things, even the render for everything. This is very, very, very well designed, well put together. And you can tell if someone puts that much time into their manual, you can tell they put in a lot of time to their machine. Do not unplug any cables when the machine is powered. Do not press the steel strip. Okay. Tighten screws to tighten. Okay. Firmware update? Hold on. Firmware update. I don't care about that. Module replacement. Okay, so when we go to replace our module, we'll have to go through the box to change it out. Power loss recovery and filament runout recovery. I think it's running. Oh, you know what? I wonder. I don't know. I wonder how it's being controlled. So this box controls the printer, and the printer is literally just 5 axes. That's it. So it's a 5 motor controller. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think they're probably using different like firmwares to run different things. So I think they're using Marlin for the 3D printer, but they're probably using something different for the other aspects, CNC and lasering. Just a guess. I have no idea. But very interesting. All right, 3D printing. Whew. Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. We haven't built the thing yet. We haven't built it yet. What? Did we miss the whole build the printer part? Hold on yet. Hold the horse. We should probably build the thing. Where's our instructions? Did I like completely miss the instructions? Oh, it's video tutorial. Yeah. Okay. We'll go to the wiki. It's like, start printing. Like, okay. Okay. FAQ. Let's go to the store for this. And where our download manual? Where to download manual? So an Android 3D printer. Android. Interesting. Support. There we go. Support. Wiki. Video tutorial on paper. QR code at least. All right, so using a standard wiki. Artisan. All right, here we are. Woo! If you're behind this advanced printer, you should know how to build one by now. Well, it looks very easy to put together. Yeah, it looks very easy, but we'll see. Maintenance, manual, troubleshooting. Manual. Safety. Assembly. PDF. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. It'd be nice if they included that, but whatever. Please prepare a space. Wow. Get out of here. I don't need AI assistant. I'm just a PDF. Just tell me. 1 meter by like 1.5 meters for assembly and use. That's so big. It's so big. I have to put this outside. I'm about to build like a little shed just for the printer. Uses light burn. Oh, and I can use CNC light burn with this? Can I actually? That would be really, really cool. I haven't used either, so that'd be awesome. Ooh. Identify 2 linear modules labeled with Y on the cable connector. They'll be the Y axes, okay? Then we put them down. We thread the wires through the holes here. Then we place it down. Okay, let's do that. You don't think it's out yet? No, it's not out yet, but maybe I can sneak a copy. I'm really, really nice. Maybe, no, probably not. That's okay. We'll wait. I actually don't plan on doing any CNC until spring, because I definitely want to... I need to clear up the space a little bit more. I'm probably going to put this whole thing over by the window over there. I'm going to have to make a special, like... I'm going to have to build a table just for this and bolt this to the wall. This is going to be intense. Actually intense. Yeah, I'm definitely going to message Modbot. Word of warning, do not just randomly message Modbot for support. He's not support. But I will be messaging him for support. Okay. Lots of things. I'm guessing all the cables go in here, maybe. The bed. We'll put the bed aside for now, and by aside, probably over here. There we go. So we gotta find why. Here's a why. Why not start with this one? For CNC and laser, you want dust and fume extraction? Yeah, so over by the window. I'm glad I kept the window. I was gonna get rid of it, but I figured I'd want to easily vent. And I could just drill a hole through the wall. Like, that's fine too. So we'll see what I end up going with for my actual ventilation. I just don't want to do resin printing in here. Resin printing is something I'm staying away from just due to the toxicity. I don't want to be in the same room as my resin printer. Not something I'm interested in. Yeah, and CNC is going to be a learning curve for me. That's absolutely correct. It's going to be a major learning curve, and I'm very excited to learn, to get into it. And maybe this will be the first steps into a different style of CNC machine. Maybe I'll build my own. I've been wanting to build a CNC. So yeah, it could be fun. So what we're going to do here is place both of these right here. Just like this. That's why Lightworm be good. You learn it for laser and CNC. It's similar for both functions. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Well, it's Millmage. I don't know if it's going to be the same software as Lightburn, but it's made by the same people. And everyone loves Lightburn. I've not used it. I never had a laser. But I'd love to try it. So we're going to kind of line these up right here. Get them all lined up. And then we're going to take this big, chonky thingy majiggy, the base plate, and place it on top. But we need to route the cables through the back first. Route the cables through the back like that, and then do the other side. Okay, so you're a beta tester. That's nice. I believe in whatever the heck Lightburn wants to make. I believe in them. That being said, Lubin could be a good option too. I just haven't used it yet. You know, I need to try it out. That's why I'm doing this. I'm being thrown into it. Snapmaker was very generous, and they said, hey, just use it. Just use it. And I was like, okay. we're gonna make some things. We're gonna do some things. And for the longest time, I've wanted some type of CNC just to do basic things. Like, I want to cut panels for some custom printers, and now I can actually do that. I can cut, hypothetically speaking, I can cut panels for smaller 3D printers. Like 400 millimeters, that's a pretty big size, right? Like, that's this size right here. That's a big size. You know, it's not as big as huge vorons, but if making a small project, I could do a lot of things where I cut out a custom frame for something. I'd be very, very interested in trying that out. Curious how the vibration from CNC will affect the long-term accuracy of the 3D printing function. That is a great question. No, it seriously is. You saw how the motors are constructed. It's just a stepper motor on a gear reduction, probably 16 or 20 to 30. Yeah, it looks reasonable. Now, this is not going to be a full replacement to your your day-to-day CNC. I don't think so. But what this does allow you to do is save space. If you had a laser engraver, a 3D printer, and a CNC machine, you'd have to have a whole workshop just for those 3 machines. So this gives you all-in-one, mainly for space savings. And guess what? That's actually something I very much value in my workshop, is space, because I don't have the space for a ton of equipment. Right? I probably have to get rid of something like this. But yeah, we're gonna try it out. It looks like they're set up for success, and I'm very interested to see how it works. So let's actually get this thing attached. We need M5 by 12. Excuse me, M5 by 12 screws. I have all kinds of those. You have a small laser engraver, 3D printer, and wood lathe. Yeah, see, I want it big. I want big, big, big for everything. Let's actually use my mod unit. Put these screws in. It is a bed slinger. Yeah, it is. I think it kind of has to be for the size. Now, I am working on my own design of 3D printer. It is a portal. A portal printer. I guess very similar to how, how some CNC machines operate, where the bed stays stationary and the whole gantry goes back and forth. So that is in my upcoming plans for this year. I have even started designing some of my own CNC parts. So hypothetically, I don't even know where I put those. Whatever. Oh, they're right here. Hypothetically, I could probably machine some smaller parts for testing. So this is my dual MGN12 adapter to 3030 extrusion. Very basic, but you know, stuff like that I could probably do here, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what kind of limitations I get into. So what I'm doing to screw this in is I'm starting off on each opposing corner. And if those go in, then all the other screws should be lined up. So let's get this screwed in. I'm also using my own tools because I'm not using a little Allen key for the entire assembly of this. They're very nice and I appreciate them, but yeah, I'm not using that. I'm not sure what laser we have. I think it's 40 watt. I'm pretty sure the premium comes with a 40 watt laser. Pretty sure. Not sure. We'll have to unbox the other thing as well. There are other accessories I can get too, such as the air filtration system. They do sell that. I plan on dumping the air outside, so I don't think that's going to be necessary. I might have the rotary attachment. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure yet. I have this big box that says air assist pump. I'm not sure what that means, but air assist pump, can someone tell me what that does? Is that for fume extraction or is that for parts blowing? That's for the laser. Is that to cool? Is that for cooling or is that for fume extraction? It's for cooling, blowing the smoke away from the cut. Okay. All right. Air assist stops wood burning. Okay. Cool. Can you use it for the CNC too? Because typically for a CNC, you actually have a vacuum, right? You have a little vacuum that goes and sucks up the chips. But when I was working in, I had a manufacturing internship, and they would typically use just a regular little compressed air blower to blow away some chips as the CNC was going. Neither. So it's just a little air. I'll call it a cooling, kinda, right? Cools off the air you're printing, or at least it directs the air onto there. We'll call that cooling, even if it doesn't directly cool the part. Cool. 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 See? Cool. What's this with being big printers recently? The 350 millimeter tool changers, those are massive. I'll have 2 of those. Black box, which it's only a 300, but the frame is giant. I have the Trudon 350, SVO8, just a 350. Woo, whatever Bamboo comes up with is gonna be big. We'll definitely be checking that out. Size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. That's true. That's true. Someday we'll see me trimming outside as I put together a 3D printer that prints houses. Oh wow, that's a lot. Actually, I live right next to the University of Maine. That's where I went to school, and they have like the world's biggest 3D printer, and I might just have to find a way to get access to that. That'd be cool. I'll have to find a day where they're printing something, and then go and do some filming. I'd love to do that. Whew. Okay, that's installed. Easy. Rotate 180. It told you to put it on foam to protect your workbench, but this is a workbench for a reason. Make something wonderful. I like that. Make something wonderful. What's the nozzle size? Probably 0.4. Looks like 0.4. Regular nozzles too. I don't know. Could someone find a replacement nozzle for this? It looks like an Ender 3 nozzle and an MK8. Can someone tell me if this is an MK8? Oh, for the one that's in university? I don't know. It's a giant pellet printer. I think it's pellets. They print boats there. And Digital Dragon, thank you for the raid over here on Twitch. How was your stream? What were you working on? We have to identify the 2 Z axes. I think I already did that. This is the Z. Yeah, these 2 are the Z's. All right. And then the X-axis connector. Can I put the X-axis connector on after? I guess not. Welcome in, Digital Dragon. We are putting together the Snapmaker Artisan. MK8? Okay, nice. So just a standard MK8 nozzle. I think that's, yeah, that's a standard nozzle. So I would actually get a replacement. I don't know if I have 2 of them. I might actually have some. Maybe. I ordered some mellow nozzles somewhere. Who knows where. And they're the bi-metal ones. Oh, this is a reality thing. Bi-metal, so they're a metal insert with like a copper body. I think those would be really good. Yeah, these are some reality high-speed things. I'll have to find them because I'm pretty sure I got MK8. Maybe I have 2 of them too. But we'll try the standard, you know, brass nozzles. It's a good standard. Northeastern in Portland has printers too. They make surfboards. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ruby nozzles are cheap. Ruby nozzles, I don't think they're really necessary. I think the hardened steel tip nozzles, and actually Fadis has come out with some really nice nozzles too. Oh. This is not a belt. This is not a belt. So these all look the same, but they are not the same. We were misled. Misled. Where's my screw? Oh, it's over here. No, not that one. Which one do I want? 2mm. Where's my 2mm? Just had it. It's probably in the ether. No, it's right here. We're bamboozled. Tungsten carbide is fine for most people. Well, it's also kind of overkill, but yeah. Let's see. Yep. Standard lead screw. I think it's a lead screw. Hard to tell. But there's no backlash. I don't know if I don't think it's a ball screw. It is a integrated screw. It's a, we can Google it. Google it. Off to bed. All right, have a good night. Thank you for tuning into my stream. If you're watching live on Twitch, or sorry, YouTube, and want to get in on this action, well, you're not watching live, you're just watching. Check out the link for Twitch. So this is a 42 HD 44 28 dash 41. Closed loop? Oh, interesting. So that's just a generic motor. That's not the same thing. Is it a closed loop motor? I guess it's hard to tell. Without taking it apart. I don't know. No idea. But it does look like we are running a lead screw in here. But there's like no backlash. Like zero backlash. I can't even move it. It's kind of special. So I did lie earlier when I said it was all belted, because they all look like the same modules, but they're not. So this one is in fact some type of lead screw. And I'll take apart the other side to see what the opposing end looks like too. It's good to know how your machine is built, because that determines how you're going to maintain it. Just because you have a plate on here doesn't mean that you can avoid maintenance. You still have to do some lubrication occasionally. So you should know what you're dealing with, especially for a machine like this. Is that lube? Oh my god, it is. They have like a giant ring of lube. I have never seen anything like that. Yeah, I'd love to take this apart, but we'll continue for now. Maybe I'll try to find some reference online to what they're using for what's inside of here. It looks just like a standard lead screw. Actually, yeah, we can easily tell. It's a lead screw, but I don't know what they're doing to eliminate all the backlash in here, which is exactly what you need for a CNC machine. Typically, lead screws are kind of not great because they have a lot of backlash. You're able to move around the part a lot. And for a CNC machine, you can't have that. So the fact that I can't move this by hand is a very good sign. It does say lead 0.8mm stroke 400mm. So it's an 8mm lead screw, but they're using some special sauce in here to make it stiff. Let's go back to the instructions and see what we need to do. We have plates, Z-axis sliders. Let's see, which one is that? These two right here. Need some more 12s. A lot of M5 hardware here. So I don't know which way, if it matters which way it goes. Looks like this gets indexed into here, and then it screws in place. Huh, that's kind of nice. So that screws in like that. It has little pins for indexing. Make it nice and solid. Things do go better with lube. They certainly do. Slow or fast, you still need lube. I wonder if the X has a different gear reduction as the Y. Well, they feel the same. They're probably about the same. All right, these are on tights. Yeah, theoretically, you could use thread locker on here, but should be fine. There's one Z-axis, and here's our other Z-axis. Pushed up to about the same position here. Okay, get that in place. Very not like this is a hunk of aluminum. It's very nice. Very, very nice parts. I think just the machine parts in this would cost more than some printers. Very skookum. Very, very. What should we print on this thing if we get it working today? Which we should. What should we print? The one thing that I want to print is the Ratrig. I think it's called a V-Chonk. It's Ratrig's 180 millimeter printer where you have to print the entire top frame as one piece, and you need a 400 millimeter printer for it. So we could try it out. I could try it in PLA, and then maybe with the enclosure we can do a an ABS print. I'm not sure. Not really sure. All right, we got that on there. And then we need our very, very hefty parts here. This is insane. I love it. So you're saying this is cast and then machine? Wow, that's crazy. This kind of reminds me of bamboo. It really does. The fit and finish, it's all very bamboo-esque. Oops, I think we're on the wrong side here. Lots of CNC'd parts, lots of thought into making things rigid. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this over and over and over again, it doesn't matter how lightweight your parts are, it matters how rigid they are. Because you can always throw more motor at something to make it go faster, but you can't make something more rigid. So as long as everything's rigid, whatever speed it can go up to is, you know, that's the limit right there. It's the speed. It's not the rigidity that you're worried about. It's like whatever physical speed you can push something to. And with modern day slicing and input shaper, I'm guessing we can get some decent print speeds out of this. And I'm not talking about acceleration. That's one thing. This is going to be a very low acceleration printer, but we can still probably print at decent print speeds. There's a huge difference between travel speeds, print speeds, and accelerations. If you'd like to hear more about that, come to one of my live streams or check out my Patreon where I'll be going over a lot of 3D printing essentials that you should probably know by now if you want to start getting into, you know, more understanding the 3D printer in depth. I'll be having Hopefully posting some courses about that on my Patreon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, that's one of the brackets. Here's another one. Slip and slide through the back here. Let's see, like that. I love the way the pins, so there's like little pins in here, and the index right into the part. So it's pretty much in place at this point. So you're not fiddling around with the location of the screws, you just screw them in. And those pins add extra rigidity as well to the whole thing. Pretty awesome. Very easy installation. Even for a big machine, I've had smaller machines that are a lot harder to put together. I think actually the A1, the bamboo A1 is harder to put together than this. This is just big, so the parts are kind of chonky. Like one of those Pantheon design printers, not light, but can break your arm with the motion system. Yeah, so this doesn't look to have very beefy motors. You know, they look like pretty standard motors. Maybe they're higher temp, higher amperage motors, but they don't look crazy. Oh, the A1's just annoying. I don't like the screws under the bed. They're just annoying. Not that bad though. All right, and then it goes onto the printer. I'm screwing with more M5x12s. So that goes in the back there. Okay. It would have printed apart already. That's true. True that. But very different class printers. Very, very different. So that goes on like this. Index is in place. No, I'll just put one screw in for now to hold it in. Ooh, it's kind of awkward to screw in this screw right here. Both of those, a little awkward. I think it would have been better to put the bracket on first. Why didn't I put the bracket on first? That would have made so much more sense, because now this screw is obscured. That's odd. Very odd. All right, I take back the the ease of installation, because now we're obstructing what would look to be a very simple screw without the tower on. That's what I would do personally. I'm actually going to rotate this too, because I want to be able to access. God, so big. Access everything. All right, let's do this side first. Yeah, do you want to do a multicolor part to begin with? I wonder what the calibration is like. Technically, there is... Yeah, there has to be some calibration, because it's dual nozzle, but it's not IDEX. We don't do any IDEX calibrations. But it still has a nozzle, so I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it has for calibrations. All right, that screw was able to go in kind of at an angle. You kind of just screw it in and then take off the driver, screwed in by hand straight, then use the, I guess, the edge of the driver to screw it in. Not the best method, but it works. Okay. That side is in place, nice and strong. Once again, I do like how you're screwing, trying to touch the metal plates as we move this. I like how all the metal parts, the contact surfaces are all machined, so they're as flat as possible. That's kind of cool. This thing is more beefy than Black Box. I wouldn't say that, but I mean, in a way it is, right? Because it's all metal parts. Black Box still has a bunch of printed parts. Oh, the thing has a serious melt zone. It didn't look too crazy. They kind of look like bamboo-esque hot ends, right? So I'm not expecting crazy flow, so that's why I'm kind of thinking of a high flow nozzle maybe increasing the performance of this thing. But we're gonna test it. And as always, if I have any suggestions for improvements, I will, directly contact Snapmaker and give them my feedback. Because the nice thing about this printer is that toolhead is completely separate. It's over there. It's a toolhead. So if they did develop a upgrade, then you could, put an upgrade in. Dual tube Snapmaker. Oof, that's crazy. 3 melt zone extenders. Yeah, you could. You could. Imagine using it with a 0.2 nozzle. Oh my god, that'd take forever. But yeah, this is the tool head right here. I think we're about to put that on. Almost. Almost. Move the Z-axis sliders downward to their farthest ends. Okay. Down. Down. Identify the last linear module. Okay. And the cable comes out on that side. And it gets screwed in from behind. So it has one M5 by 12 on the outside of one corner. Okay. And the rest of them are M5 by 16 low head cap screws. So that's what that is. So let's take this and put it in line right here. Make sure everything goes in place. See if it lines up perfectly. Actually, it's pretty much perfect. Stays on by itself. Don't trust it though. I'm immediately going to screw in a screw. So it's pretty much perfect. The Z-axis is calibrated, so that's good. And there is no top bar here, so apparently the whole thing is rigid enough to where it doesn't actually need a top cross brace. I've always felt that that's kind of an odd design, but it is what it is. How similar are those modules? So there is, what I'm guessing is the belt module and then the lead screw module. The belt module they use for the X and Y, and then the lead screw module is for the Z. The X is so big. It is. It's huge. Remember, the X doesn't move back and forth, so it can be as heavy and beefy as possible. To be heavier than with wine fridge. Yeah, this thing's gonna be very heavy. The box was very heavy. And just moving around some of these parts, they're kind of crazy. All right, one of these gets an M5 by 12, and that's this one on the outside. I don't know why, but it does. Probably because that's where the motor is, I'm guessing. Is this the helmet class printer? Can we print helmets on this thing? In fact, you could print helmets and then use a dissolvable support filament. So I do have poly dissolve sitting around here somewhere. So we could try out some water dissolvable supports with this. Technically, I could use a tool changer for that, but I haven't really gone to that point. Helmet class printer for small elephants, right? All right, that's all in there. Perfect. So they have you put the Z-axis all the way down so that the both Z's are in line with each other. Attach 3 cable clips. That's these right here. No K2 clip, but I guess it'll have to work. And then we're using M5 by 12 screws for these. The cable clips? Oh my god. These cable clips are gonna they're gonna be gonna survive a nuclear blast. Jeez. That's crazy. Oh, 12. These are 16. Let's use the right size here. But it screws into the back of one of the modules, because all the modules are the same frame. The same frame. So we're using M5 hardware for everything. Okay, that goes like that. Hang the building for the printer. I mean, I probably could. Now it goes in like this. Now, question. I have Orca Slicer set up. Should I try the first print with Orca Slicer? Or go right to using their software? I might actually use one of the included prints, if they have one, just to get it up and running. And then I could try slicing something on Orca Slicer. Just not really sure how it works yet. We might have to do a calibration print, given its dual nozzle. Is this a CNC 3D printer combo? Yes, it is. So we're gonna have replaceable head module. We have a whole other box to unbox too. Oh man. This whole thing, all of this is gonna get an enclosure. Yeah, it's gonna be this giant enclosure. It's gonna take up half of my room. For laser, of course, because you can't just laser with an open printer. That's not a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it and see how well it works. Seriously, I'm not be doing any CNCing or maybe lasering, but I'm not be doing any CNCing until I have my place a little bit more set up for it. But I definitely will. I'm intending to try it. But right now I'm evaluating this as a 3D printer. You know, like, is this thing work as a 3D printer? That's the question. Because if it can't work as a 3D printer, it's not going to work well as a CNC machine. How does this work? So it wants to like put the cable through somehow, some way, through these little clip things. Okay. All right, one cable in. And then another cable, toolhead cable. This one right here. Milo's on sale. Milo looks like an interesting build, but it's a very involved build, and that's, you know, that's a project and a half right there. If you're up for it, great. If you're not up for it, then yeah, that's a lot, right? These cables are not easy to get into these holder things. I don't know if there's an easy way of doing it, but not the most ideal, because these cables are super thick. They do not want to bend at all. Huh. I do not understand how to get this in there. How do I get that one in there? That's a lighter cable. This is a really thick cable. Is there a special thick one of these that I can use? Or are they all the same? This cable does not want to flex at all. There's probably a trick to it. There's hopefully a trick to it. We'll just leave it like this for now. We'll kind of press it in. And then bring this up like this. Okay, kind of like that, maybe. What page am I on? My video tutorial? I decided to do the guide instead, the PDF. but I'm on step 18 out of 22. Step 19 is to attach the toolhead bracket. So we'll probably do it this way. Try to find a level spot on my desk this way. Desk is not set up to be the most level. Close enough, I think. Okay, good enough. Toolhead bracket. So the toolhead bracket looks like a quick swap type of thing. So we're just screwing this on with one of these flathead screws, which I have plenty of. Well, I guess look at the bed to install. The whole bed. That goes up. Let's put one of these in, and then we'll put the other corner in. So this is where the magic happens. This hot swap plate. Okay. And then there. Perfect. Tars. This reminds me of tars. Move the y-axis sliders to their farthest ends. Okay. Attach the support platform. Support platform. Well, the whole thing is... Please separate... Oh, boy. Support platform is pre-installed underneath the laser platform. Please separate them first. Okay. Let's actually move this way aside and figure out this. I'm gonna take off the PEI sheet so we don't damage it. Pretty nice PEI. Up there. Flip this upside down. And what is it saying? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Welcome to Nathan Builds Things. It does look like a small printer, doesn't it? So this is our print platform, and it gets held in place. How does this go? It's held in place somehow, some way on here. I don't even know how it goes back together. How did this go together? Oh, okay, this goes in like this. It's like a little wedge into this part, and the whole thing gets pulled together. Okay. So we can kind of like lift it up and out. Nice magnet on there. Put this aside for now. And then pull this printer back. And yeah, so like that part goes up. We have our spots here. So this gets installed with the 16s. Not bad. Kind of cool. So this is the laser plate, I'm guessing. We'll have to see what the build platforms are like, but there's 3 different build platforms. I don't know. The bed is on a magnet. The regular heat bed is on its own frame. So it's like a PCB heat bed on a very, very rigid metal frame. that quick attaches to this lower base, which is about the same thickness. Very interesting. Everything's lined up perfectly without even trying, so you know that the tolerance, or not tolerance, but the I guess tolerance, everything's aligning perfectly. Different platforms, different functions. I think so. I'm not going to quote you on anything, but I think the CNC bed is different. Metal. This is all aluminum, and all of the contact points they've taken and ground down. I think probably CNC ground down the contact surfaces so that they mate perfectly. Very, very precise. No plastic parts here. Okay. That works. Hold the Z-axis. Put your hand... let's see. Lift the Z-axis over the Z-axis holders. Okay. I'm guessing it's too low right now. Oops. Okay, don't touch the metal. There we go. There we go. It's probably good. Yeah, very smooth. Very, very smooth. Whatever bearing surfaces they're using, I think they're SG. It feels very much like a SG bearing, which is a kind of like an inverted V-wheel that rides on a 8mm rod or similar. Yeah, you don't want regular ball bearing based things for something like this. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Assembly. 3D printer assembly? Without oh man. With enclosure? I don't want the enclosure. I guess we're gonna continue here. Oops, pressing all the buttons. Get everything on my keyboard. Warning, can cause serious damage. Yep. All right. So we're gonna install the bed. So that should just like slide in place against the back. And then you use this to pull it together. I think. Or do you slide, how do you do this? Oh, okay, you slide it into these parts right here, those grooves. Right here and right there. Those two. Against that. And you lock down the latch. That secures it in place. You have the power cable, very strain relieved. This is a beefy cable. I guess we'll grab the PEI. Ooh. Any indexing? Yeah, it does have indexing. Nice. A little bit of plastic at the end. Perfect for indexing. All right. Plug the heated bed cable into the heated bed. Is that this? Or did I use the wrong cable? Oh, I used the wrong cable. Okay, so apparently the toolhead cable is different. Heated bed. Okay, so here's the heated bed cable. Has a really nice clicking, locking connector. So that's probably why the cable didn't go into these things, is because I was using the wrong one. That would explain it. Yep, that goes in perfect. All right, ignore me. All right. That goes like that. Better, better, better. Loosen the cam handle of the toolhead bracket. Slide the dual extrusion module. There's our actual tool head, and lock that in place. And I'm guessing it kind of makes a good indexing point at the end, so you want to make sure it's pressed firmly against the end. And now we a very rigid, very heavy tool head. Plug the cable in. Okay. No strain there. Not at all. All right. Insert the filament to... Oh, we don't have the enclosure. No enclosure. Huh. We guess then how these get assembled. Like this, maybe? Like that. Yeah, like that right there. Just like that. I'm guessing. But if this is the enclosure one, they don't have a... They don't have an assembly guide.
Snapmaker Artisan has 3 functions: 3D printing, laser engraving and cutting, and CNC carving and cutting.
Okay, I'll link you the video in case you want it. But let's see.
Support platform left to loosen.
Shush. Where the spool holders go? Yeah, it screws in exactly right there. 2 M5 by 12 screws. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hello, voice that's not zombie. I know. Very professional. And actually, the video does look quite good. Looks quite good. This, like, you know, this could have been plastic, but they went and have like a machine part, a metal part for the spool holder, like a really nice part. Like someone spent time designing this. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's awesome. Good work, Snapmaker. Little things like this really make me happy. Attention to detail. And the beefiest spools I'll ever have used. These spools aren't going nowhere. And ironically, though, they only support like 1 kg. That's the wild thing to me, is that they're actually kind of tiny. I guess theoretically you could print a rod for it, but yeah, the actual shaft is not that big. You'd think that you'd want to put 3 kgs of filament, but yeah, you'll just be running that off the desk, which you should probably do anyway. I don't recommend putting 3 kilograms of filament on your printer. Don't recommend that. We can put our spools up. You can even see that. Oops, sorry here. You can't really see it, can you? There we go. Okay. I think we are ready. Attach all cables, I guess. That's the next step. Okay, let's attach things. There's extra screws left over. I think that's fine. I don't know if it matters where we put the controller. I'm gonna put it on this side for now, just so I can see it. we'll see if everything attaches. So here is Z, and it looks like they're just labeled as they are labeled, doesn't really matter which one it is, which makes sense. ZZ, we have our tool head. Here is one of our, this is our X-axis. Here's one of the Y's. This is a lot of wiring. Oh no, that's a Z. Here's the Y. Why are we doing this? Our other Y. CAN bus for something like this would be cool. Yeah, for sure. I think it probably is. It must be, right? Because we only have this one little connector here. Must be running CAN bus or something similar. I think it did mention that in the details, but not 100% certain. Okay. And then there's Enclosure. There's an Enclosure plug. I don't know what that's for. Is there like a fan or something for the Enclosure? I don't know yet. Add-on 1, add-on 2, motion 1, motion 2. So I think we are good. The umbilical of cables is quite nasty, but I believe that's why they include this right here. I think so. So what you do, if you've never used one of these for your PC, you put it in like this. You wrap up all the cables inside of the little sleeve, and then you zip it up, little zipper. So it's an interesting solution to all the cable spaghetti. Let's see if I can do that. And then we'll try to power it on, see what happens. All right, then you like zip it up and then slide it down the whole mess of cables. You get the idea. Then do the whole thing. Sheathe your cable. Sheathe it. Like, truly not a bad solution. I kind of like it. It's a little jank. It's like a last minute thought, but yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. Like, I don't know what else I would have done, honestly. Because typically, you know, everything is wired back up to underneath the frame. But yeah, now we have all of our cables in this one little thing, except for all the rest of the cables. But it's like, it's enough to have your little controller not have a giant mess of cables, at least right there. Oh dear. Except the heat bed. I wish there was an extra clip on the back here, so where you can clip the wire for the heat bed. That's kind of an oddity, but we'll deal with that later. All right, are we ready to plug this in? Are we ready? Includes this tiny little cable, okay? Has a USB cable too. Let's find some power. Let's find power. All right. Let's see. Will we have movement? Will we have power? And 3. Hold on. Beautiful. 2, 1. Turn off the e-stop. There's probably a thing in there. That was pretty quick setup. I mean, realistically, yeah, it was pretty quick. I did disassemble a few of the components and spend some extra time looking at it. But yeah, let's see what happens. Snapmaker. So it's booting up Android right now. Oh dear. Snapmaker Artisan. Hey, you can see me. How's it going? English. I have read all the agreements. Name your artisan. Snapmaker, Darth, Tyrannus? What? What do we name it? What do we name it, guys? It needs a name, apparently. Darth Zombie. I like it. Darth Zombie. I guess so. Leave it. I know. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, Star Wars reference. I'm guessing it's random, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. All right, let me get my my network set up. I don't know what to hook it up to. I guess the 2.4 network. It'll probably work on 5 just fine, but we'll do 2.4. You know what? No, cancel that. I'm gonna use my 5 GHz network for like the first time ever. Because if it's just Android, then it's fine. The issue with 5 GHz networks and these like ESP32s is that they never work. Okay. Okay. Yay, set complete. All right. It's very nice. Set complete, start. I think there's a thing on here. Oh, I'll remove it later. I've already named it. Raspberry Pis work with 5 GHz, but the signal isn't great. Oh, wow. Look at that Z speed. Look at that Z speed. Oh, my. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Load filament. All right. Left nozzle. Okay. Soup cans level? No soup cans needed with this guy. So I guess we will use their filament. Technically, you can print with the with that filament, the water-soluble filament. So it's heating. I guess we plug it in like that. Maybe it does something. I don't know. Find out. I don't actually like this a lot because I feel like when it moves from side to side, the filament's gonna kind of come apart. I'd like to see maybe like on the front here, have a little insert for it so that it's inserted into a thing and then that thing can go back and forth. So we'll see how well that works. It's probably fixed if you use the enclosure, which I'm gonna be having this in the enclosure eventually. The enclosure has a little bit of like a PTFE guide that goes through. Still heating. Please wait a few seconds. Oh, I smell extrusion. Versbone have to have a fixed distance moving part. Yeah. Extruding. Okay, it's extruding this one. Is it extruding both of them? I can't actually tell. definitely doing that one. But sure, let's let's load some of this filament in here. Yeah, it's gonna yank the filament for sure. I don't know. Odd design. No, it's not doing. Ugh, there it goes. Continue. Okay. Oh, the nozzle poked down. You see it move? You see it? It poked itself down. Okay, we've hung it. Start. Oh wow, wait a minute. Oh shoot. I clicked back by accident. I think I was supposed to wait. Yeah, this let me like yellow tape. I can't actually get to it. Let's see. Here. Remove the tape. That's the front of the tool head. Which I guess we can zoom in on that. Snapmaker. Get it? There's the tool head. Okay, continue. Now it's going to lower the other tool. See that? They are hot swappable, as far as I can tell. Load filament. Does it detect when it's loaded? Let's see. Oh, it does. Okay. It detects when it's loaded. Good. And then it has orbital planetary extruders in here. They're pretty much orbiters, which is really nice. I love to see that. It's not a standard BMG. There you go. That one's working as well. IDEX-ish. It's not independent. It's a dual. It's DEX. It's a DEX. It's not independent. Combined. CDEX combined. Wow, that's a big fat poop. Wow, look at that. Compared to the rest of it, that's kind of crazy how much that stuff swells up. Damn, that's kind of crazy actually. All right, poops away. Done. Filament loaded. It goes do 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 do. It's very nice. Z offset calibration. Start. Calibration and leveling will start. Okay, small typo there. Oop, probably close that cover. I'll just put you on here because of what is it doing? Oh, hold on. It's a freaking nozzle probe? Whoa! Really? You're joking? A nozzle probe? There is no bin. Well, not for poop. It's not multicolor in that sense. You don't really need any poop purge thingies. Yeah, it's pressure sensitive. Oh, actually, you know what? The whole nozzle. Hold on. You see what it's doing? What the heck is it doing? I have never seen that. Hold the phone. What is it doing? No, I know it's bed leveling, but look at the nozzle. Also, what kind of pattern is this? That's weird. Huh. It is like tap. Is it tap? Is it like voron tap? No, it's not a load sensor because it's actually moving up and down. What the heck? It has a limit switch, yeah. So it uses, okay, so it uses that tool, I'm guessing like a tap setup, and the other tool is on a servo that goes up and down to fix them out. That is really cool. That is really cool. Except it looks like they threw on just like an Ender 3 hot end in there. That's alright. We'll see how well it works. Alright, and it's done. So that was Z offset calibration and heated bed leveling. And now we have XY offset. I like how we just keep this panel open. I don't even think we need this panel. Can we just like take it off? I want to see this while it's going. Technically it has some like ducts, but not really. Just like force the air out. What are those ducts for? Oh, weird. Go back to the side. The one nozzle's on a servo, so only one. So this one right here, let's actually tap it. Yeah. It goes up and down like a linear rail or something. And then this one's on a servo and goes up and down. And apparently you can just like take these out. It's very quick swap for the nozzle, so we'll test that out after the fact. Let's do the calibration. Clean the glass bill plate and brush nozzles. Wow, that's okay. It's not glass, but okay. Oh, it's gonna do a test print, I guess. You don't think you've seen another tap like toolhead? I haven't. Yeah, I have a whole other box down there. Yeah, I have a whole other box. I don't think I'm gonna get to that today. We're gonna open it, but we're not gonna install anything. Okay, that's what we'll do. So it's heating up the bed. It's already at 60°C. Just waiting on toolheads now. Let's see what it's doing. So yeah, not a huge fan of how the spools are right now. Not a huge fan, but we can adjust it. There's plenty of screws in the back there. We can make our own brackets and do the things. So home's at the top, up top there, but it's a nice and fast home. Does a nice fast movement and then a slow movement to get an accurate Z homing. Okay. And then very, very fast movement down. I love that. You can see the filament's already wanting to kind of come off of the... Oh, it's extruding. Tool, I don't even know. Right? Tool R is extruding. It lifts up, and then the other one extrudes. Ah, very neat. So looks like it's going to do its calibration, and chances are we're not going to need to do anything with this because it's just kind of pre-calibrated from the factory. But if we need to make any adjustments, this is where it's done. So it's doing a little IDEX test print right now. Printing. It's our first print, technically. It's quiet. Give it that. Damn, this thing is nice. Like, just the printer alone, regardless of like the other modules, like this is a nice printer, at least by initial, you know, investigation. It should be for the price. Yeah, the price is quite high compared to some traditional entry-level printers, but this is more of a workhorse printer. The print volume is 400 cubes, so 400 by 400 by 400. How much are they? It depends. There's a lot of options you can get with them. There's some options. So depending on what options you get, will raise or lower the price. I think, oh my god, I don't even know. It looks like the Artisan standard is $3,000, but currently it's on sale for $2,500. And we have the premium add-on, which is $3,500, or on sale for $2,900 at this time. Bamboo patent was 2 nozzles, but they both moved up or down. I think one was fixed and one moved up and down. Oh, I think we're done. Nope, it's purging again. What's it doing? Okay. Now it's putting these seconds filament on. I don't know if I would use this filament for testing, because it's support filament. So it's designed not to stick to it. I don't even know what's happening here. I'm not sure if it's happy, to be honest. Does not look happy. Might try some regular PLA, or just say it's calibrated. Yeah, this is very fancy, but it does have an Orca slicer profile. So let's open up that. I can't tell a single thing from that, because yeah, the filament it didn't really stick well, so that's not a great experience. Oh, we can use that fancy knife thing. Knife spatula, knifula. So that's our first print right there. Can't really tell much by it because the support, you know. Yeah. Is this an evaluation model? This was sent over by Snapmaker, but it was placed as like an order through the store. So this is just a standard one, exactly like you would get. It looks calibrated. It might be slightly off, but I can't really tell. I like the spatula. It's really nice. It's rubber. The white filament need to be primed. It was primed. It's also support filament. It prints weird, right? XY. Oh, okay, then you slide on here. You slide this screen around to determine where it was lined up the best. So we were supposed to have saved it, but I cannot tell. Like, it looks like the middle is actually probably the best. I also don't know which one's which anymore. Oh, X. This one's X. So actually, I'm gonna say maybe this one looks more centered. So like 2 over. We can always rerun this. Then we can do the Y, same thing. Y, maybe move over 1. They'll be pretty close. Prepare for calibration check. We're gonna skip it. It's gonna do the same test model, so let's just skip it and start creating. Firmware update. All right, sure. Let's update the firmware. But we are in 5 gigahertz, so it should be pretty fast. This is full on Android. I'll run it again once we get PLA in there, PLA on PLA. It's kind of hard to tell from this type of sample right here. All right. Well, this is doing its thing. What do you think so far? Let's move this aside. Maybe open up the other box. This thing is sick. This far exceeded any expectations that I had. I didn't really know what I was expecting because I've seen some 3-in-1 printers before, and they weren't that good, to be honest. Like, the print quality wasn't good. They seemed very basic. So here's our air assist stuff. I'm not gonna open that yet, but I have another box right here. It's another heavy box. It's so heavy. I'm actually just gonna put this on the floor, to be honest. It's gonna go on the floor and we'll unbox it on the floor because I don't have the desk space. Pretty nice looking machine. It is really nice. It actually looks like a professional machine. Does sport material come off easily? It should come off easily. I've used it a little bit before. I need to play around with it a little bit more though. It's very setting specific. And while it does print with the same settings as PLA, I would still, you know, dial in a specific profile for it. Or you can steal whatever Bamboo is using for their profile because it's probably the same filament. All right, so in here, oh my God, this is a whole thing. Wow. It's a ton of extrusions. Let's see if I can take out this part right here. So it's a bunch of extrusions, really nice extrusions. These are 2020. Weird profile though. Look at this one, has a whole light bar going down the side. You see that? That's a light bar in like the corner of it. So it's a custom profile. Whoops. I'll do. Yeah, it's a metal. It's actually a solid light too. Pretty cool. What else is in here though? We should have like the, you know, whole other things. Lots of panels. Panels. More panels. Oh, geez. Wow. More extrusions. Lots of things. I'm going to have to take out the panels to get to this. Lots of panels. Ooh. Lots of panels. And then we have this. This is one of our build surfaces. I don't know which one it is, but one of the surfaces. Snapmaker. Okay. I think it's just literally a branded piece of cloth to prevent scratching, maybe. And then this is our spoil board for CNC. That's what this is right here. So you'll probably have to buy multiple of these. So this must be your laser, the laser bracket. And that's the CNC carving and cutting bracket. Another toolbox? No way. More tools? Oh, ooh, more tools. What is this? Oh, hold down clamps. So hold down clamps to your parts, and those probably screw in to random places. Okay. Calibration target. Okay. some actual tools. So we have a double flute CNC bit by Snapmaker, a straight groove V-bit, and a flat end mill. Those are your 3 different tools. Is there an AMS for this? Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. I could totally see that being a thing, but I don't think there is at the moment. That'll definitely be a suggestion, you know, multicolor. But then again, this is a big machine. Oh, cool. They give you things to engrave. Neat. They give you a piece of wood. Smelly wood for a lasering. And I don't know if we can engrave with this. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is just MDF. MDF for MDFing. Caution. MDF is very toxic. Very, very, very toxic. So be careful. You will want to ventilate or filtrate. All right, I want to get these. That's what I'm interested in, the modules. That's all I want out of this whole entire box of the modules. Then we want to put it back. They're at the bottom. What is that? Oh my god, there's so much stuff in here. What is this? Oh, here's our tubing for ventilation. So I think it has a fan built in. Do not laser MDF. No, for cutting. We're cutting MDF. Cutting. But even cutting the air particulates are quite not good for you. I always wear a respirator when cutting MDF. Always. That's not an option. We'll put these plates back and put the panels back. A lot of panels. Okay. It'll be a project for another day. It's probably not updating by now. And I'll put this whole thing back. So that's the enclosure. And that'll be nice to have. And now this whole box is in the way. I can't close it anymore. That's lovely. Let's see if I can at least tilt it up on its side. It's kind of out of the way, at least for the rest of the stream. There we go. Woo! All right, update. Not sure how you feel about an enclosure for bed slinger. It's big. It's big. So we have 2 different modules. This one is the laser module. The laser. Looks like it has a calibration thing here. Is that for calibration? I have never used a laser. This is a 40-watt laser rated at 140 watts. So 40-watt laser. Probably focus. Okay. Need to make a shark for that. Focus. And then we have this, the CNC module. So it's just a little motor, little spindle. That's it. Literally, it just spins. This whole thing just spins. It just spins. That's all it does. And caution, don't slice your hand off. I love that. Cool. Dremel in a box? I mean, essentially, I'm just gonna have hold it like this. Carbide bits, KB3D cells, the best you found. Okay, yeah, we'll mess around with that. For laser engraving, a 40-watt laser is powerful. Yeah, this is probably a cutter, right? We can probably cut things with this. I think there's a 10-watt mode for... Is there even a 10-watt mode? How does that work? I keep seeing 10 watts. Can I buy this like a 10-watt laser? Or can you just use the 40-watt laser at 10 watts? So it's a router. Yes. It's a spindle, right? I don't know what I don't know much about CNCs, but I do know a little bit. And there's a difference between a spindle and a router, because a router is just a motor, right? Just like a spinning motor. And a spindle, I think, has more control, if I'm guessing correctly. Just guessing. But yeah, can we see what's going on here? Oh, it's still locked in place. I want to see what's going on here. Ugh. Restart. Oh, cool. And it's gonna update the rest of the tools once they're connected, which is that's a cool thing. So when I plug these in, it'll probably update, which we're not plugging these in until we're ready, but it'll be ready to update. I wonder what the e-stop does. All right. Let's see. Let's press it. Emergency stop. The machine has stopped working. Please handle. It's like beeping. That's a really loud beep. Can you hear that? And you go like boop. Yeah, it's a soft e-stop. And then it restarts. Cool. So let's actually see while this thing is restart. Oh, the motor's locked still? Why are the motors locked? Unlock it. I want to see it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm over it. I want to see how like the tap mechanism works. Snapmaker Darth Zombie. Why is it so funny? Control. Oh, I don't want to do control. I want to see what it has on there. What you got there? Time to play Doom. Yeah, right? Where's the Doom add-on? Alright, we don't actually need to do anything. Make something wonderful. Start. Files empty. Okay. Let's plug in that SD card they give you. Now, note, I generally don't... Wow, where's the SD card slot? We're on the back. Or not SD card, flash drive. I generally don't print stuff that's on there. But let's see. Flash drive not recognized. Oh, lovely. Empty. Okay, nothing. Nothing. Let's see if we have any networking. Do we have an IP address? Remote connection? Allow remote connection. About machine. 228. All right, let's see if I can get this set up in Orca Slicer. What is it called again? Snapmaker? I have to re-enable it, apparently. Biggest tip you can offer for laser stuff: triple check the substrate you're gonna laser. Yes, you have to make sure what you're lasering is compatible, and if it's not safe, you probably shouldn't be doing it. But you have to vent. You have to vent it. You can't just laser engrave anything you want. Let's say Snapmaker. So they have all the Snapmakers, and these are all the other ones they have. You know. I don't know about these, but I will say there is only one Artisan, and we do have enabled. Huh. Apparently. Even venting vinyl will practically destroy your laser. Oh, okay. So no vinyl. What is this under? Oh, it's probably not modified yet. There it is. Artisan. So let's give it an IP. Any idea? I have no idea. Yeah, it's Marlin, but what, this is the host type. I don't know. Remote connection. Lubin? Lubin? It's not an option. Let's try Octo Clipper, see if that actually works. Probably not. 192.168.1 .228 tests. Uh-oh, not happy. Nope. Doesn't like that. Let's try Flash Air. I have no idea. Nope. Repetier. Nope. MKS. Nope. Octo Clipper Port 500. Or 5,000. Select Octo Clipper, add one. Wow. Really? Like that exact IP? One, what? Oh. Nope. Didn't like that. There's no place like you have to have Lubin installed. You have to have Lubin installed. All right. Well, oh, I see what you mean. Gotcha. So let's leave that there. Should I get Lubin installed? Lubin. Lubin, where even is that? FAQ? No. No, we gotta go to support. Support center wiki. Where's downloads? Snapmaker Lubin, Snapmaker Orca. Snapmaker Orca. Huh. I don't want that. Where's the actual download for Lubin? Is it on that that flash drive by chance? Let me try. I know, Lubin. Interesting, huh? Continue without scanning. I don't want to scan it. Yeah, there's nothing on this flash drive at all. It's like a blank flash drive. Okay. We'll download Lubin. Although I can just slice, put it on the flash drive, and then do it that way. I think we'll do that for the purposes of this video. Let's just go back here and slice something. I don't know. What's a good test print? What should we do as a test print? There's like an Orca cube. I think that's fair. We'll just do that for testing. And actually, let's do this. Let's see what, wow, there is zero filament. Wow, that's special. Did I not select any filament? Is that why? All. Aha, there we go. All right, let's see. Polylite, dual PLA. What is dual? I guess that's just like the dual extruder. Sure, we can use polylite. I don't know why there's a polylite setting with Snapmaker stuff. And then Snapmaker. No, we are using their filament, aren't we? We're using their PLA. And then breakaway. Is that what that is? Breakaway? White. We could set this to be breakaway. Try it. See what it does. Standard settings, everything. See how long it takes to print. Because I am interested to see how it does. Okay, it's an hour to print. Not too bad. This won't test the. What you call it? The actual alignment, but it will test to see if it can put down filament. Elgato. It's not IDEX, it's dual extrusion. So this print head has dual extrusion, two nozzles. In fact, oh, they yelled at me. I'm sorry, I really wanted to take this out. I really wanted to try it. Oh, this filament loaded, that's why. Okay, so to take out the nozzle, you just squeeze it. It went, That's funny. What does this do? I want to squeeze this too. Ooh. Oh, that's our extruder. Oh, wow, that's our idler. Ooh, fancy. You just like squeeze it, and that's where you access your filament. Orbiter, size, gears. And then this whole thing goes up and down like tap. And this one's on a little servo thingy. It looks like they had pretty big chunky fans for part cooling. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. All right. Start. Makes the thing wonderful. USB, Orca Cube. Heating bed area. Whole bed or inner zone? Okay, so I think this inner zone is like a dual heater. Must be. Print will start. Clean the glass plate. Is our glass plate clean? Unable to start the job. Why is that? Oh, it's because I unplugged the hot end. Didn't like that. Did I plug it back in correctly? I have no idea. No idea. N10.4, I wonder what that means. Alright. Let's try that again. USB. Let's try to heat up the inner zone. Print will start. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so unplugging the unplugging the hot end while in use, not the most recommended thing ever. I do not recommend unplugging hot ends. Controller's the size of the A1 Mini. I know. It's lovely. It's actually really nice. I kind of like how this whole This whole thing is just a unit. Pretty cool. So it's heating up the heat bed. Very exciting. So yeah, I can't give my opinion on this thing because we just met. But as I use this, I will, you know, keep you guys updated, both in stream and I might have to make another video with this stuff here. So expect some content on this printer coming down the line in a couple months as I actually use it. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, whether or not you would buy this machine or not. I guess we'll have to see if it prints first. It does keep saying glass. I think there's some translation stuff going on here that's not quite correct. But it's functional and it looks really good. I don't know if I like how recessed the screen is, because you can't view it at like a extreme angle. You kind of have to look at it straight on. So I'm not sure how much I love that. This handle too is not really handle. It's kind of odd. Be nice if there was like an actual carrying handle on it, maybe. Left and right nozzle are at 165°C for preheating. Heat bed is at temp. And it's moving. Note, we are using Orca Slicer for this, so whatever the start G code, whatever that's doing, it's all from Orca. It's kind of wild seeing it glide over to here without anything. Like, that's kind of cool. I've never seen a cover system like that. Okay, kind of slow, but sure. Heating up to 250. That's pretty hot. A little hotter than I would expect. Lost in Tech's not gonna like that. Got to keep your PLA under a certain temperature, otherwise it'll start fizzing up. So that's probably something that should be adjusted. Maybe that's in the settings here? I don't know. Probably the start G code. Okay, did a purge of something. Not interested until you've made a whole chess set. 3D printed base, CNC pieces, and then laser engraved on top of the pieces. Like, I'm excited. We could do some really cool stuff with this. If it works as, you know, as it claims. It's leaving quite a blob, but okay. Not the best start purge, but it's working. It's printing. It's printing. Some light on there too. A little too much light. What is it doing? What is it doing? I have no idea. Oh, it hasn't even heated up the... Is it? Huh. So the nozzle will cool down, but it's not heated up yet. But then it's just like parked over the print. I don't think that's the best routine there. I'll have to try Lubin and see what the differences are. Calculating compensation? You think so? I don't think so. It's just heating up. It was kind of paused. It's not even purged. Yeah, this this support material is not doing anything. It's completely jank. Yeah, it's not doing a single thing. It's too jank. I'm gonna cancel. Canceling. Let's slice it without the other nozzle. So I think that's causing issues there. Or I could load in another filament, but let's see. Go back to one on here. Slice, dice. First layer seemed like it went down pretty good though. Let's double check. I don't know if we can adjust the Z offset at all on this printer. I'd have to look into that. Like our first layer adjustments. Feels like we need a little bit more squish. Just a little bit more. Yeah, definitely more squish. But a good start. Come on, I want to see a print. Even if it won't finish, I want to see it print. All right. Plug this back in. Don't need this. I don't like how you have to plug in the USB in the back. That's kind of odd. But I don't think they're gonna redesign this thing just for me. Heat up. Inner zone, I guess. Print. All right. Let's see what it'll do. Low good filament. Yeah, I'll play around with it more, you know, another day. For sure. There's some of this filament from the nozzle. I'll definitely play around with it more and, you know, multicolor. We'll do some big multicolor test prints like I'm doing back there on the cell changer. We'll put it through its paces, but for now I just want to see if it prints. You know, 3D prints. Say 3D printer. Let's see if it 3D prints. Digital Dragon has the Rat-Rig V-Core 4 IDEX upgrade done. Very nice. Yeah, quite the polar opposite, right? The Rat-Rig V-Core 4 versus this. And the price is similar too. But with this, you have the ability to, you know, CNC and laser, and these look like competent modules, so I'm expecting pretty good results. I would love to find a model that we could print in some filament, then CNC the model, and then laser it all in the same thing. Like, that would be the trifecta. What's the print speed on this? I do not know. Print speed is based off of maximum volumetric flow, and it looks like we're limiting ourselves to 14. $14 cubed. So very similar to what I set the bamboo to in terms of print speed. Now, acceleration and travel speed are going to be limited based off of the size of the machine. But get you on the close up there. Let there be light. Said, let there be light. Too much light. There's too much light. Doesn't do a damn thing, does it? There's so much light in this studio. It's casting shadows. All right, there it goes. So nice and slow overhangs as expected. Those are pretty fast movement speeds there. That is not slow for a 400 millimeter bed slinger where the bed weighs giant. Like this feels very snappy. It is a Snapmaker. CNC the beacon mount for +4. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Something like that. Yeah. But then you have to get like a giant hunk of aluminum. I mean, that feels pretty good. Great speed-wise. It's not like Ender 3 speeds. That being said, it is estimating 52 minutes for this. Is that standard for Worker Cube? I don't know. It also says 25 minutes left on the screen here, which I don't believe. And let's see, let's feel this. So the outer edge is cold and the inner side is warm. Yeah, so it has a heat only the middle option, which is pretty nice. Are Ender 3 speeds good or bad? Well, they're typically like 60 millimeters max, 60 millimeters a second. Oh wow, our overhang speeds are quite slow. So someone's gone through and like tuned the profile together, which is pretty nice. There's all kinds of profiles, so someone's really done some homework here. So we're printing our outer walls at 100, inner walls at 160. In fact, the whole print speed tops out at 160, but it feels pretty good. Our accelerations are only 3K travel. Maybe it's because of how big the printer is. Maybe it's making it seem faster than it is. But yeah, it's reasonably fast. Very reasonable. I'll take it. Even the default profile has 15% cubic infill. That's pretty good. All right. Let this go for a minute more. As I'm looking at it, I mean, this is just a first glimpse, but it looks really good. Looks like very smooth walls, but we'll have to let this whole thing print and check it out after the fact. So that being said, let's kind of wrap up this video. It's been a long one, and I think it's been worth it. So thank you to Snapmaker for sending over this monstrosity. I will definitely stay busy playing with this and trying out some new things. I'm very excited to try out safely lasering and CNCing with these modules, getting the whole enclosure set up, all that goodness. And I'm probably gonna have to find a space for it because it's very big. The build or the dimensions that it takes up is a lot. I'll see if there's any mods for it too. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. For the price, I think that just by first inspection, it does deliver, or at least it seems to. The software experience is very good. The assembly experience was quite good. I can't run Doom on here yet, so I'll have to take off some stars for that. But yeah, I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check this out for yourself. While you're down there, leave a comment. Would you pick one of these up? Who can you see using this? That's the question. Who would you expect to use a machine like this? Stay tuned on my Twitter and Discord server for updates on various things that I'll be doing with this. The Discord's a great place. Definitely make sure to join. You can catch these live streams live on Twitch. But thank you for watching on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. Have a great night, good morning, good evening, and goodbye.